What's up, Fumble fans? It is episode 104. Can you believe it? We've made it 104 episodes. I'm thankful for every one of you. And for those of you just tuning in, hit that subscribe button. It's Fumble Podcast, P-H-U-M-B-L-E podcast, one word, on YouTube or anywhere that you take in your podcasts. I'm your host, Pej the Maniac. You can follow me on all of these platforms, Instagram and TikTok. Fan base, I'm also on there. Twitter, Snapchat, if you're feeling snappy. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm thankful, beyond thankful, for my guest today, because he actually was a major part of me getting a scene out there in Los Angeles. He helped me and connected me with Young Baka, as you guys have seen me post regularly with a lot of the shows that Baka has put me on. So free plug for Young Baka. He deserves that at the minimum. But my guest, so he's a new father, and he is also a hilarious comedian, does the most accurate impressions I've seen. I was lucky enough to see him at Haha in Los Angeles, and he did one of my favorite bits there, and we're going to talk about all of that. Jason Schuster, man, welcome to Fumble Podcast.
Hey, Pej, thank you so much for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, absolutely. I know you are sleep deprived. We talked about that before we hit the record. How is life as a father, as a non-sleeping father? That's a normal thing, I guess. But yeah, how's that going?
Yeah. There's no playbook for this, I realize, so you just got to go with it as it comes. My grandfather has a famous quote, and I have it tattooed on my arm. Life is a series of adjustments. And I can tell you that quote has never been truer than what I've lived since our son was born. So sleep does not exist in our house, but we're very blessed to have our little guy. And,
is it yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. Congratulations again. I know I saw you in person when you actually, that was like a week after your baby was born. Like I saw your set. It was at the Haha. I think it was about a week or 2 weeks after you had your child. So
actually, that show, my son was only born a few days prior to that.
Wow!
And I had been working with those comedians who were amazing for months. And I told my wife, I said, "Listen, I'll do as many 3:30 a.m. feedings as you want. Just let me get to that show." And my wife is very cool. She let me, she's like, we were in the hospital for several days, and she knew I needed to get at that outlet and get out there. So it was great because I had a lot of family that was there, and people that we had a really hot crowd. It was a sold out show. And, everything. Sometimes when you're just so full of adrenaline and you're just ready to go, those are your best sets. You know what I mean? So it was a great night. And thanks for being there.
Dude, you killed it. Your impressions with getting advice from well-known fathers, that killed me. The Adam Sandler, you guys got to go check him out. He's got super accurate. Like I thought, if you close your eyes, you wouldn't even know it's Jason doing the voice. It's super accurate, and the Bill Clinton, and I know you do some Trump impression as well, and Mickey Mouse and Elmo, and man, he's got a deep bag of impressions. I'm telling you guys, if you're in the Los Angeles area, by the way, any dates coming up that people should know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. May 3rd, I'm going to be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood.
Yes.
May 4th, I'll be at the Dudes Brew in Hollywood for Writer's Block Comedy. And coming up May 16th, I'll be at the Dime. And then May 19th, I'll be at the Hollywood Roosevelt for the Jimmy Shindig Show.
Man. All right, you guys heard it there, and I'll put all of those dates in the description of this episode. Follow Jason on Instagram. It's JSchu Comedy, JSCHU Comedy. Hilarious guy. His photo is him punching himself in the face. That's how you know it's him. But
no black guys were involved in the punching of that face. I can assure you. Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that you could take a punch. Uh, man,
For myself. Yeah.
yeah, from yourself. No, man, I wouldn't see anyone punching you. You're a nice guy. At least that I know. We'll see. No, so dude, stand up. How did you like? When did you start it? Tell us a little bit about like your love for stand up and at what age you wanted to do it and all that.
Ah, man. So I've been doing impressions since I was a kid. Um, my family is full of funny people in my family, but no comedians or anything. But we always just laugh together as a family. I have a very large family, and it kind of all started with my impressions, watching Saturday Night Live as a kid, and always impersonating some of the the cast members to my parents on there. And then it started to come up at like family dinners where my family would start asking me to do impressions. And the real kicker was I'm Jewish, so at when we would go on the synagogue, the cantor and the rabbi, I would imitate them to my family behind the scenes. And then they knew, we obviously had a relationship with them, and my aunt would go back and tell the cantor that I would impersonate him. So one day I was at a gas station and I was pumping my gas, and a car pulls up, and I saw the cantor from the synagogue, and I said, "How you doing?" And he said, "Jason, how are you?" He's this big Israeli guy. "How are you?" I said, "I'm fine." He said, "Okay, well, I'm ready. I'm ready." I said, "Ready for what?" Do me. I said, "What are you talking about? I know you do me. Come on, I know your aunt tells me you do me." So I'm like, "You want me to do you right here at the gas station?" So I did. People were looking at me. So that's been part of my, so locally, I've always been known from my friends and like locally as like Jason O, he always does impressions. So now that I'm doing them, professionally, it's nothing new for my friends back home. And, so then, moved out to LA in my early 30s, I was in the Groundlings.
Wow. Where did you move from? Where did you move from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow, dude, I was raised in Maryland.
You were?
Yeah. What a small world. That's crazy. Yeah. I was born, or not born, but I was raised in Montgomery County.
Dude, I'm from Pikesville originally. Yeah.
Man, this is the more Maryland comedians I'm seeing in LA and Sacramento, it's mind-baffling. There's a lot of us here. It's hilarious.
There's a lot. So many people from Baltimore and Maryland out here that are doing things in entertainment you wouldn't believe.
I know, man. Yeah. Shannon Battle is another one. He lives out here in Sacramento, and he's from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, so you moved to LA from Baltimore, and then the Growlings, you said you were part of that?
I was in the Groundlings, and I was doing and then I was doing commercial acting. Doing a little bit of stand-up here and there. Took some time off, and then from doing it, but it was always training and still doing improv for a while. And it wasn't until last year actually, where I really decided I was gonna really go for this and go all in. And so it's been about a year now that I've been all in on comedy, doing stand up, and the journey's been the most incredible experience I've ever gone through, and the connections that I've made, and the opportunities that I've received, and the community. Our comedy community, as you know, Pej, is amazing. We all look out for each other. Everybody helps each other.
I love
it. And it's probably the best community I've ever been a part of in terms of just pure camaraderie, and it's just grateful.
That's beautiful. No,
especially here in Los Angeles.
Hey, I couldn't say it better myself. It's the same here in Sacramento. It's starting out, the vets and the newer comics, all of them, they just took, they took me in. I started too just about over a year ago, and in like the December of 21, I started, and so it was, yeah, same thing, man. And immediately I got feedback, but it was like, it wasn't critical to the point where it was like, because I didn't do my best. Obviously, it was my first time up on stage, right? But like, I got a few laps, and Ellis Rodriguez, who's a vet up here, he's a comic here, and he's a great one. He was the host, and he just put his hands on my shoulders after the show. He's like, "Primo, I don't know if you're funny, but I think you are. Just keep going." And I was like, "All right." That was the best advice I got, man. And then I was able to go back to the same room, Laugh Unlimited, which is here in Old Sacramento, and I was able to, and now we're good friends, him and I, and so yeah, man, that it's so important, and I love the fact that the comedy community is so welcoming and so loving and empathetic. I think is the best word. They empathize, they allow you.
They emphasize that.
Yeah.
Yes. They do. They empathize with you, and I'm very fortunate. I have a show in Baltimore coming up June 30th, which we sold out, and I'm bringing 3 LA comics with me to do the show, and Lena Green, Lonnie Dangerous, and Paul Roseberry. And Paul's going to headline. I'm going to feature for that show. So it's a hometown show. We sold it out. Going to be doing lots of impressions, a lot of Baltimore material and new dad stuff, but. I was honored to be doing All In on Comedy for this amount of time, and to have my first sold out show in Baltimore. It was like one of the most biggest highlights of my life. I can tell you that.
Incredible, man. Incredible. I'm so happy for you. Guys, Jason is such a sweet person, and what you see is what you get with him. He's not like what he does on stage, obviously the impressions and everything, but you could see the good natured soul that's on stage, and it's very welcoming, and he's been that and more in my career specifically, and I know you're doing that for those comics you're taking to Baltimore with you. How cool, man, to go home and play a sold out show. Is this the first time you're doing comedy back there?
First time I'm doing comedy back in Baltimore, and it coincidentally it worked out. We have a family reunion that weekend, so I have a good amount of family in Brazil, even. So I was some family from Brazil that's going to be there at the show. And
wow, which room is it?
It's going to be at the Lou Room Comedy Club in Hamden.
Yeah,
and we have 2 shows. We added a second show, so we have an 8 p.m. and a 10 p.m. show. Friday, June 30th, and we're taping it, giving it. We're gonna have a couple cameras on it, so it's gonna have a nice look, and we're
good.
It's gonna be a fun. Yeah.
That's exciting, man. That's exciting. I can't wait to see the posts about that when it comes up, man. Well, dude. So being a dad and pursuing stand up full time, which we both have in common. Not the dad part. I exited right as soon as the comedy stuff took over. I was like, all right. I mean, to be fair, I love my ex. We're cordial. We're very cordial, which is rare in Persian divorces, because it's just like they're just like my parents were surprised. They're like, "What do you mean you're breaking up?" I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, that's a thing. If you're not happy, you find it, because and we're both supportive of each other, and we just know that we want different things. And he's just like scratching his bald head. Okay, I guess. I'm like, yeah, that it's okay to make changes. But
recording in progress.
Oh, all right. But yeah. So
I think we cut out.
Oh, I think I'm coming in on a delay, but that's okay.
It just booted me out. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm
we're
back.
It's all good. You didn't miss much. It was just my dad being surprised at me changing my life and going after comedy and separating and all that. But yeah, to cut it short, yeah, I no kids yet in my life. I'm not against having kids. I think I want to, my career is my priority right now, and I'm just going after it full-fledged. And I don't know if I told you already, but I am moving to LA as well. So it'll be in the summertime. So I'm going to be coming down. So it'll be a whole new adventure, which I'm excited about. So
yeah, you did, man, and I'm super excited about you coming over here. And I think it's going to be a great move for you here in LA. And it's a little bit probably of a different scene than in Zacktown, but I think you'll like what you see. You're already here. You're already mixed in. You're getting involved. In the scene.
I love
already,
it, man.
So.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like the LA comedy community, man. I went to the Comedy Store as well, and I got to see. And I know you performed at the Comedy Store, which I want to talk about. I got to see Shay Freeman. He got to, he invited me out, and he's another great comic out there. I love, and I was blessed.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy. So tell me, man, you were able to do the Comedy Store. You've performed. Let me see. You've done the Comedy Store down there. I want to know about your first time at the Comedy Store and how that was, like the nerves, like if there was any,
I always say if you're not a little bit nervous before you go on stage, I might consider you a little bit of a psychopath. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I was nervous as hell. Going on. It was my first time going on the Comedy Store. I've done the original room now 4 or 5 times, and every time it's just full of energy in that room, man. The crowd is hot, and it's a surreal thing to be able to perform in that environment. The first time I did it, I was so excited. I called all my buddies. Call my buddies. I'm doing the Comedy Store. I'm in the OR room, and I had some people that even flew out for the show.
Wow!
And I think I had 21 people my first time at the Comedy Store that came out to see me. So that was really cool, and I'm really grateful to. I've got a great relationship with the booker of that room, producer Vargas Mason.
Yeah.
He's always a great mentor to me. He's always looked out for me in my comedy career, and so thank you, Vargas. Shout out for always giving me those spots at the store.
Amazing.
And but to get out there in an environment like that, to really hone in on showcasing my impressions and my stand-up, because that's what I do. I'm not just an impressionist. I do stand-up and I do impressions. I bring it all together. And it was, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime moment. I'll never forget the first time. And even now, every single time I do the store, I don't take it for granted. I'm so humbled and grateful to be able to have that opportunity every single time I go up at the store. So
hey, listen, that's why you're having the success that you're having, in my opinion, because you're a down-to-earth guy, and you're staying in the present and enjoying it, and you're not sleeping. So it's great. So you're remembering everything. I've injected myself with Red Bull this morning with an IV. That's how I'm currently awake. So you're becoming a Marvel. You're becoming one of the superheroes. Well, fathers are superheroes.
Yes. Not all heroes wear capes, Petch. Not all heroes wear capes.
Exactly. Oh man. So I got to tell you, so your first impression that you were telling us earlier, was with your rabbi at your synagogue back in Maryland. I got to tell you, man, I'm a musician by day, right? So I teach music, and I teach music at a private Jewish school. So and we get so we get rabbis coming in, and there's a lot of Israelis that are on the staff. And in the beginning, I just kind of blended in with the Israelis. They were like, oh, yeah, you're Israeli, huh? I was like, yes, I am. I was like, I'm not going to tell you where I'm actually from, but no, no, it was cool. They're very welcoming, and they're very loving, and it's a great community. The Jewish people as a whole, man, they're very nice to me, and they've taken me in They've helped me a lot. They're helping me with this transition to LA as well, actually. So more to come from that. There's some things brewing right now that I can't really disclose yet, but when it's ready, you
Cool.
guys will know. Yeah, it's yeah, I love the Jewish community, man. They've been helping me a lot. But so that rabbi impression, was that one of your first ones? And then you kind of discovered that about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I was always obsessed with watching that was kind of like an appetizer for me, but I've always been obsessed with just watching voices and hear and you know, like Daryl Hammond, I used to watch him a lot because he was a great impressionist and doing all the presidents. So I do a lot of, I do a lot of political impersonations as well. But yeah, and so I would always do, pick up on political impersonations, cartoon voices growing up. And my family was like my audience every single time. My brother, God bless my brother, I always just go into his room and start doing impersonations. He'd be like, "I'm trying to sleep, dude." And I'm like, "Wait, you got to hear this latest one. You got to hear this," And
Is there
so
there one of your favorites that you could share with us, with the audience?
I've got I got a lot of favorites. Well, if we're doing the presidential topic, we can do. Well, like it's a big deal, and frankly, I'm having a great time here with fish on his bucket. Phenomenal, and I gotta tell you, like frankly, I'm a little sleep deprived, but it's okay because I'm gonna be the nominee. I think China.
Great.
And or Mitch McConnell is a fun. Well, I'll say we're having a great time here on Page's podcast. I would do my Gilbert Gottfried, but it is extremely loud. So I think you've seen that in person.
I saw that. That's a good Easter egg to leave. I like how I said Easter egg, but it's a good egg to leave for people to come watch you live in Maryland and the dates you mentioned earlier. Man,
yeah,
I told you.
Come on out.
Yeah. Come check him out, guys. Jason is he's a full-time father, but he is still pursuing his passion, and he's great at it. And he's just scratching the surface, guys. He's got a lot coming up for him that you guys are going to be thanking me for going and seeing him. So check him out. Do you want to plug away your socials? I plugged away your Instagram. I don't know if you have other socials you want to plug as well, or a website.
Yeah, everything's. You can check me out on social, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. My website. It's all JSchu Comedy, JSCHU Comedy. My website's jschucomedy.com, and you can see all of my upcoming shows. And that's basically it across the board.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Jason, listen.
Try to keep it simple, Tej.
I love that. No, I love the name is the same. I was looking for a name that would work across all platforms, and I found mine too. So and I haven't shown all of my maniac tendencies yet, but you'll get it. You'll get it over time. But
the Pegomaniacs.
The many maniacs. So that's why I don't have kids. So
that's right.
But, we don't want more of me running around. No, but guys, check out Jason's comedy. If you're in Maryland, go check him out. He's coming there June 30th. He's got 2 shows. You said they're sold out, so actually you missed it already. But yeah, it's you want to. We
still have one. The late show, the 10 o'clock, still has some tickets left. So
okay, there you go.
Quick, so
yeah, where can they find those tickets? On your website?
So you can go on my website. You can go on my Instagram and click on the link tree. You can also go on the Eventbrite and to the Lou Room Comedy Club and get tickets there. So. You got options to buy them.
You got options, so you got no excuses. No excuses, Check them out.
Excuses.
That's right. I'm going to let Jason go back to being a father and tired. Jason, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. One of many. I hope to have you back as your career continues to flourish and I can't wait for you to have your special out eventually, and then we're going to plug that as well on here when it's ready. Guys, this has been Fumble Podcast episode 104. On a quick side note, continue to amplify the voice of Iran. That revolution is still going strong. The people are on the streets. Don't listen to mainstream media. They're not telling you the story, the full story. The real stories are being shared on social media. Okay, social media, the people are sharing the truth. Continue to amplify their voice. And we got to get rid of this dictator regime. It's better not just for Iran, but for the world, because they have a lot of power that is used for the wrong reasons. So I'm your host, Pej the Maniac of Fumble Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been episode 104. Check out Jason Schuster on all his upcoming dates. Follow this man. And we'll catch you on episode 105.
Thanks, Pej.
Of course, bro.